Welcome back in another episode in the Sovereign Renaissance. We're looking at the piercing gaze, unmasking the architecture of the evil eye. In a world where a single glance can carry the weight of a curse, the evil eye remains one of humanity's most enduring mysteries, a silent, energetic arrow launched from the bow of envy. While many view it as a mere superstition of ancient past, some believe it is a potent, invisible force capable of destabilizing a person's health, fortune, and peace of mind without a single word being spoken. But this is malefic gaze sim- but is this malefic gaze simply an involuntary reflex of the jealous heart? Or is it a calculated tool found in the hidden arsenal of the occult? From the sun drenched markets of the Mediterranean to the private altars of modern practitioners, the line between an accidental overlooking and a deliberate blasting of will is thinner than what you might think. Dare to look closer at the mechanics of the gaze that has terrified civilizations for millennia. The evil eye is one of the world's oldest and most persistent folk beliefs. It is generally defined as a look or glance capable of inflicting misfortune, illness, or injury upon others. Unlike many forms of intentional sorcery, the evil eye is often described as an involuntary discharge of energy, frequently fueled by envy or jealousy. The mechanics of the evil eye. The core concept is that certain individuals possess the power to transmit malefic energy through their gaze, envy as the source. In many cultures, the evil eye is not cast by evil people, but by anyone who feels a sudden surge of intense admiration or envy. For example, excessive praise of a beautiful child or a car or a successful business without a protective blessing is sometimes thought to invite the eye. Symptoms. Historically, it was blamed for sudden, unexplained occurrences. A healthy cow suddenly dying, a string of bad luck, or physical symptoms like headaches, lethargy, or localized pain. Amulets and protection. To combat this, people use charms, items designed to turn back the gaze. The Nazar, the famous blue glass eye bead found across Mediterranean and Middle East and more frequently in Africa. The Hamsa, a hand-shaped symbol, or also known as the hand of Fatima or the hand of Miriam, used for protection. The red string, common in various folk tradition to ward off envious energy. The mechanics of the evil eye rely on the ancient belief that the human eye is not just a passive receiver of light, but a projector of energy. In metaphysical terms, this is often viewed as a breach of a person's energetic field or aura. Here's a breakdown of how this phenomenon is thought to operate. Number one, the power of dishti and directed intent. In many traditions, the eye is seen as a primary exit point for the soul's energy. When someone feels intense envy or even excessive admiration, they emit a concentrated beam of heavy and hot energy. The siphon effect. It is often described as an energetic siphon. The eye of the beholder locks onto the vitality or good fortune of the target, causing a sudden leak in the target's spiritual reserves. The overlooking. Historically, this was called overlooking. It implies that a person has looked too long or with too much intensity, piercing the natural psychic defenses of the victim. Number two, intentional versus involuntary mechanics. Metaphysical practitioners often characterize the mechanics into two distinct types. The unconscious eye, this is the most common form. It happens when a person is unaware that they are projecting. The internal feelings of lack or jealousy trigger an automatic dart of energy towards the person who has what they desire. And then there's the conscious blasting. This is a deliberate use of the gaze to cause harm. It involves focusing the will and the breath simultaneously with the gaze to stain the target's energetic signature. Number three, physical and energetic symptoms. When the evil eye takes hold, it is said to manifest through specific mechanical failures in the body or environment. Sudden depletion, extreme fatigue, brain fog, or sudden heavy feeling in the shoulders and chest. Environmental discord, equipment breaking, plants dying suddenly, or pets acting strangely in the presence of the suspected caster. The drying up effect. In ancient societies, the mechanics were often described as drying up the source of life, whether that was a mother's milk, a well, or a fertile field. And lastly, the diagnostics mechanics, oil and water. Many cultures have a mechanical test to see if the evil eye is present. A common method involves dropping olive oil into a bowl of water. The sink spread test. If the oil floats in a perfect circle, there is no evil eye. But if the oil sinks, breaks apart, or forms a shape that looks like an eye, it indicates a successful hit by another person's energy. The pop. In some traditions, practitioners use salt or burning coals. If the salt pops loudly when thrown in the fire, it is believed that the negative energy has been shattered and released. Mechanical defenses. To counter these mechanics, traditional methods focus on redirection or absorption, mirroring. Amulets like the Nazar, the blue eye, work on the principle of like cures like. The charm stares back at the aggressor, reflecting the energy to its source before it can penetrate the wearer's field. Absorbers. Using items like raw eggs or lemons, these objects are believed to have a more purest life force than a human, causing the evil eye to be sucked into the object instead of the person. Uses by witches and warlocks. In the context of modern and historical occultism, the relationship with the evil eye is nuanced. Intentional versus unintentional. While folk beliefs suggest that the eye is accidental, some occult traditions hold that the gaze can be harnessed as a weapon of will. This is sometimes referred to as the overlooking or blasting. The focused gaze. Some practitioners believed that by channeling their intents through the eyes, often considered the windows of the soul, they can project energy either to heal or to harm. Low versus high magic. The evil eye is generally classified under folk magic. It is rooted in immediate practical, and often defensive results rather than complex ceremonial rituals. Traditional witchcraft and curses. In certain historical European traditions, the witch's gaze was feared as a primary method of placing a curse. However, modern practitioners, such as the Wiccans or the neo pagans, typically adhere to ethical codes, such as the Rule of Three, which discourages the use of harmful magic. In contrast, practitioners of the left hand path traditions more more traditional black occultisms might acknowledge the evil eye as a valid tool for psychic self-defense or offense, viewing it as a way to redirect a target's own negative energy back toward them. Whether it is a flickering shadow of human envy or a sharpened blade of occult intent, the evil eye serves a chilling reminder that our gaze is never truly neutral. It stands at a crossroads of ancient folklore and modern metaphysics, proving that the theater of spiritual warfare, the most dangerous weapon, might not be the ritual blade or the complex spell or ritual, but the very eyes through which we view the world. As we navigate an era of unprecedented visibility, the question remains: are you merely a witness to the energy around you, or are you knowingly or not casting a shadow of your own? In the dance between the protector and the projector, the ultimate defense lies in understanding the power of your own light and intention. Keep your shields high and your intentions crystal clear, for in the world of the unseen, a single look can change everything. Now, if you liked today's video, please do like, share, and subscribe. It'll help with the algorithms and get the message to those that need it the most. And until next time, goodbye.